Welcome to the ABCs of Home Improvement on WRCR. This is your weekly radio encyclopedia for all your home improvement projects. Featuring Laborio Durario, your friendly neighborhood architect, Mike Ash, Bill Barshow, and the cool tool girl, Elizabeth Bushy. They're ready to take your calls and answer questions about your home improvement projects. Call now, 845-362-0013.
Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the ABCs of Home Improvement live here on 1300 AM for the last time. We'll be going to 1700 coming on Monday. Looking forward to 10,000 watts of killer home improvement power. Good morning, Bill.
Yes, we're going to break your windshield when you're driving down the road.
How do you like that, Mike? Mike, what do you say?
I just got off a horse. We're having a great time, and I can't believe we're going to the 1700 on Monday. That's fantastic.
Can you imagine that, Mike? So that's it. You'll be able to hear us. Where are you? Where are you in Pennsylvania somewhere?
I'm in PA right now.
Yep.
I'm in Milford, Pennsylvania. We just got off the Malibu Dude Ranch, and I got a funny story to tell you.
Oh, nice. All right, so hold the story. Let me just do our quick intro here for the Torn Valley Vineyards. The folks up at Torn Valley Vineyards, we're going to be giving away a couple of special bottles of wine today, the Summertime White, and their special mystery wine, since I can't pronounce it. They have a special new blend that they put together, and we're going to give that away in the second half of the show. So after Mike gives us his funny story, we'll be taking some calls for that after, what time is it here, Mike? After 11:15, you can call in for the free bottle of wine. Torn Valley Vineyards, 1 Torn Valley Road. You'll be picking the bottle of wine up at Torn Valley at the vineyard. You can talk to Steve or anybody that's up there, John or their wives, and mention that you heard it here first on the ABCs of Home Improvement. They do have a special concert coming up, the Mark Skanga concert, next Friday at 7:30 p.m. So you folks should make your way up there for some great music. We were there to uncork the blues last weekend with Mark Skanga, and that was something else. They put on some show, man. They blasted that place apart, and it was fantastic. And they also have on the 18th, they have their Music Fest featuring 2 Grateful Dead tribute bands. So you got to get up there to Torn Valley. The weather, once again, it's a sunny day here, Mike. We haven't had rain at all. You know, it's unbelievable. The ABCs of Home Improvement brings you the sunshine. Okay, so don't forget Torn Valley Vineyards, where great wine, great food, and live music meet great people. I'd like to say thank you to a few other folks out there, Ray Bolson, Dave March from Solar City, Ralph Spano, Sunshine Plumbing and Heating. Now, Mike, you know we're in July here now, so we're no longer in June. And do you know what July is?
The month after the kitchen month.
Right. July and August are Take a Break from Home Improvement month. So let's spend some time outside by your pool, up at the vineyard, in the mountains, or by the seashore, okay, and get your stuff together for some clam bakes and lobster bakes. So tell us your story, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, I'm away on Father's Day weekend. We called it this weekend. My counterpart, my brother-in-law, his son, my son, and my son-in-law all get together for the weekend. And my son and I take a special Saturday morning, and we go horseback riding. And we get a Wrangler, we take out an experienced Wrangler, and the 2 of us are experienced riders. And we go out usually for a couple of hours. Well, we're on the trail today, and we're moving at a good pace. And all of a sudden, I see my son in front of me. He's starting to do a 45-degree angle going into a 90-degree angle. I'm yelling at him, stop, stop, stop. Well, lo and behold, the stirrup where you put your foot into a little horseshoe piece on the bottom disengaged from the saddle, and he fell right in the mud.
Wow, it's a Dale Evans move, I think, wasn't it? I mean, it's incredible.
And no one got hurt. The phone didn't get broken, and his band Ray sunglasses for $300 didn't break. Everything else worked out well, and he's laughing next to me because he's driving.
That's great, Steve. Good job driving up there. I like that. Give your dad some of that Daredevil stuff. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys are having fun up there. We're glad to have you guys with us for the show today.
I wouldn't miss it.
Listen, we received over 30 emails over the past 2 weeks. Last week we took the week off for the 4th of July, and we see that the folks are very glad for our program, glad to hear our services, and we're educating the consumer, and a happy consumer is always a consumer that we love to work with. The emails led to numerous appointments for us, Mike, and 4 new projects for the ABC folks here. So we have Up in Walden, New York, we have Irene, and we're working on her flat-roofed house. It's a 5,000-square-foot house that she has water penetrations because the roof, it was an $80,000 flat roof, installed the wrong way. Once again, some homeowner was taken to the cleaners by a contractor, and up there in Orange County, it's sort of the Wild West. So licensing.
Those contracts that take advantage of consumers make it bad for everybody.
Right.
Probably the low bid.
The low bid.
You're right, Billy.
And so we're going to be putting some truss roofs on her house there and change the entire aesthetic of the building. We also went out on an estimate last week for a renovation job in Suffern for a brick Cape house for Shirley, and we have a contract on that one, so we're going to start that one next Thursday. We have a design build project for Riser in Upper Saddle River to do an unfinished basement and create that into an entertainment area with a little bathroom and some storage space for her. And then we also have a project in Congers where we're encompassing a full power washing, replacement of old deteriorated components of a home, and we're going to make that house look brand new for our friend Chris out there. So we'd like to thank our listeners for trusting in our experts and trusting in our services, and as well as referring us to their friends and family. So the ABCs of Home Improvement, bringing it to you live all the time. Right, Billy?
Oh, that's how we do it. That's how we roll. Do a good, hard day's work, leave a beautiful product behind, and you don't have to have an advertising budget.
That's right.
Because your work and the referrals that you receive and the recommendations, and they call you back for more. They want more.
They can't get enough, really.
No.
They can't get enough.
Kitchen cabinets and more. Mike, I'm going to tell you, here's what we're going to do. The first show on 1700, we're going to blast the people with, we're going to elaborate on and more.
Right, Mike. We're going to figure out what that and more really means on your end.
I've been doing it before they all started using that type
He was first.
You know that.
You were first. You were first, and more.
And more.
And more.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, a couple of the folks also commented on our newest videos that are up on our website. So go to the ABCs of HomeImprovement.com. Check out some of the dazzling stuff that we've got up there, our graphics and our enhanced show performances that we put up on video from the studio here from Joel Escano. He's doing a great job. People want to know how he does it, and we're going to have a little blog on there for you folks to actually see how he actually creates one of those coming up in the next month or so. So keep an eye out on that. Now, what do we have from the Magic Hat, Bill, today?
Oh, I know we have at least one digital camera.
Digital camera. So today we have a question of the day. But if you call in, anybody calls in and says, I love the ABCs of Home Improvement, we have phone cases, we have DVDs, we have DVRs, we have books, we have shirts, we have slinkies, we got everything you want here, including, Mike, the kitchen sink. We have a stainless steel kitchen sink here that came out of one of my projects. We're going to give that away. We figured, what the heck here? It's 7-Eleven, as they say. You know what that is, Mike? 7-Eleven? Free Slurpees at 7-Eleven today.
Nice.
So you folks, while you're listening, driving around, pull over into a 7-Eleven and get your free Slurpee today. They give them away all day today. Go get free refills.
Is today the 11th already?
7-Eleven, Bill.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
I lost a day.
You lost a day in there. You see that? And here's what we got. Our trivia question is, what date was 7-Eleven founded? What year? If somebody can come up with that one, give us a call, and we'll give you a double bonus prize. So it is now 11:14. Torn Valley Vineyards. Call in for your free bottle of wine. Say, I love the ABCs of Home Improvement, and you're going to be a winner. You do have to be over 21 to win this, and we're looking forward to some phone calls. So don't forget your free Slurpees out there. Now, Bill, what are we going to discuss today? Well, or do you want to put out that quote, Bill, the motivational quote? I have a few of them here, but I figured maybe you want to start. You've been holding that back for show after show after show.
Yeah, I've been just
waiting for it. Or do you want to save that for the end?
No, we're going to burn that up a little while. But, what are we talking about today? We were talking about all the things that we've done so far, and cleaning up the homes and getting them ready, and all these projects. And then we're going to talk about, we're going to finalize, but it's going to lead up to the shed.
Well, okay, so here's
what's going to lead up to the shed, Lou?
Right, well, here's what we got. First of all, we have some emails. Folks are asking us, and again, I get this also when I go out and visit folks. What should I, should I do the addition on the house, or should I move? Should I relocate?
Should I stay, or should I go now?
Right, and so this is a question in a few emails. People, I'm thinking about either doing an addition, moving to a new place. What should I do? What the costs are, and what's the actual outcome of that? So I want to answer that. I want to answer that with some of the tips that I give people that depends on what you're going to do over the next 5 to 10 years. Do you have children in the school system? When you relocate to a new location, you still have a lot of cleanup work and renovation work. The house is not going to be probably the way you want it. So, and you do know what you have and the location that you have. So I tell folks to look for secret spots in the house to renovate and to create the spaces that they might be lacking. And those spaces include the basement, the garages, the attics, and the outdoor sheds.
Yes.
So, so those are the topics we're going to discuss today.
Lee, I got to tell you something else. I like to see work like that kind of work done, not when they move out of the house, but when they move in the house early, so they can take advantage and be able to utilize it while they're still in the house.
That's correct. But, people move into the house. They have a family, very busy. Time goes by. Now the kids are...
Diapers.
Right. Now they're 12 and 14,
Formula.
And, they need a little space to expand. Where do the kids go with their friends? What are they going to do? So where's that space? And a lot of these places that I go to have unfinished basements. They have 2-car garages that are not being used for anything other than storage. The cars are parked outside, unless you've been listening to us over the course of the last 6 months, and you did the clean out on at least one of your 2-car garages back in April. So you got 1 car in the garage, and you can convert one of those garages into a family room, a playroom. You could expand your kitchen and dining room into there, a dinette area. So there's a lot to be done with space that's already under roof that's very economical. And it allows you to, get a little bit more living space and maybe enjoy the next 4 or 5 years of quality of life in your house without having to relocate and move and start over again.
And build up the value one more time in your house.
And that's the other question. How much do I put in and how much will I get back? And the way the real estate market's going on the return, we have an upswing in the market, so it's going very good. And as you know, we do go to real estate investment clubs, me and you, Mike, together, and Bill actually attends a few of those. And so we're on top of the market when it comes to whether you should flip the house and go and try and get another one, or stay where you are and accommodate your family living style by taking care of some of the spaces that are not finished, that are under roof.
Has to do with your neighbors, your school district, everything else.
Mm-hmm. So those are the kind of things that we want to talk about. So if we have spaces, what spaces are the easiest to work with, Mike, when you get started? Normally the unfinished basement is open, it's accessible, all the utilities are there. You have an opportunity to pick up 500, 1,000 square feet, maybe more. And that space could be utilized for many things, workshops, playroom areas, entertainment areas. Bedrooms, wine cellars, all kinds of things. Depending on what your lifestyle and what your needs are at the time that you're thinking about doing that. So we like to go out and see the folks with these projects and make the recommendations. And those costs are 50% less than actually building outside with a foundation and adding on and expanding and extending all your utilities. So it's a great way to pick up a lot of square footage without spending a lot of money and increasing the value of your house over the long term for resale.
And the work goes quicker, too, when you're in the building.
Right, Mike. Absolutely. Have you had anybody you've gone to, Mike, where they've done sort of like these little apartments for their in-laws? Or
I have right now one coming up where we're doing a basement, and they want to increase the kitchen dramatically. And the only way to pick it up now will be not the basement, but the garage. I told them to stay on the same level, because it's where the plumbing and everything joins in. And we can probably accomplish that all in 5 weeks compared to doing some major work.
That's incredible, Mike. So there you go. So there's something again. Bill, how about you? How many basement renovations have you done in the last 6 months? I know you've done a few of them.
Oh, in the last 6 months, just 2 or 3. Right. But they were good projects, and like you said, they increased the square footage, the value of their home, for a minimal investment. You can't build cheaper.
Exactly.
Than already inside your home.
And you can actually spend just a little bit more to get nicer finishes and still stay, below the budget of a regular addition you'd be putting on the outside of your house. So those are great opportunities. Also, a lot of the houses that were built later on, some of these bigger McMansions, if you will, have some higher roof pitches and have some windows and dormers and so forth designed into the attic space. And believe it or not, you could probably pick up a 600 or 800, 1,000 square feet upstairs on the 3rd floor and create spaces for your children. Or perhaps, I've done an office for a gentleman with a spiral staircase up. We relocated his master bedroom walk-in closet and went upstairs into the attic and created, a beautiful home office for him and his wife. off his master suite. So there are a lot of opportunities. If you call up a designer, an architect, and have them come out, they can evaluate the existing space that you have and determine what the best value is if you're going to stay there and how to maximize the space. So that's what we're looking to discuss on those. We're going to go out on a quick break. Give us a call for the wine. Give us a call on the question of the day. And when we come back, we're going to talk about motivational quote of the week. Welcome back, folks, to the ABCs of Home Improvement. Give us a call, 362-0013 for the bottle of wine. Say, I love the ABCs of Home Improvement, your home improvement encyclopedia. Okay, we have a caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And how can we help you?
This is Jerry from New City.
Hey, Jerry. How are you?
We are fine, thank you. Enjoying the show.
Excellent. And what can we do for you today? You have a question for us?
I'm calling for the Torn Valley wine.
Oh, outstanding. Okay, ding, 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 ding. You won the Torn Valley bottle of wine.
Fantastic.
You're going to pick it up at the Torn Valley Vineyards. It's at 1 Tornbrook Road. You get to visit the vineyard there. They'll give you a quick tour, and you get your free bottle of wine. And mention the ABCs of Home Improvement up there to the owners. They love to know that people are listening. And
I love the ABCs of Home Improvement.
Jerry, that's great. Can we help you with any sort of questions that you might have for home improvement while you're on the air?
Yeah, a split-level home, how would you add a half bath on the main level?
Okay, so in a split-level home, now when you say a split level, that means when you come in the door, you're on the level where there's the kitchen, dining room, and living room. And then it splits up to the bedroom area, or it splits down to a recreational area, and then goes down to the garage or a basement?
Correct.
Okay, so when we do that, it depends on how big of a split you have, obviously. But we look to see if we can sneak some space out on the bedroom level. And if not, if you want to put it on, because normally when you first go up the stairs to the left, there is a bathroom there that's right off the main level of the splits.
Exactly.
But if you're looking to put it on the main level where the kitchen, dining, and living area are, then we have to do a little more creative design work, because in that split, you have like a half height, so you can't really go at the entry area into the space there, because you only have about 4.5 feet, so it's too shallow. So what we like to do is sometimes we push the entry out a little bit, create some closets and a covered entry in the front. You go out about 6 or 8 feet, and then behind that we can tuck a little powder room in for folks on that level, and we've done that before. So that's just a general idea. We're not seeing it, Jerry, but I hope that
sounds
helps
interesting.
You. Yeah.
Who would I call?
You can give us a call here at the architectural firm of Arca Future at 351-2600, and we can come out and take a look. There's never a fee for us to come and take a look at your projects. And then if we put something together on paper, obviously you would call our contractor here from Chill Out, and he does the type of project to put it together for you.
Great, I'll get in touch with you.
Okay, and enjoy the bottle of wine. Thanks for the call, Jerry.
Do I have to tell them anything at the winery, too?
You just tell them that you won the bottle of wine at the ABCs of Home Improvement, and they'll be more than
love the ABCs.
And
I love the ABCs of Home Improvement. That's all you got to say, Jerry.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks for the call. Ciao.
Bye.
All right, so that's good. So there we go. So before 11:30, Steve and John, we got the one bottle of wine there going out to Jerry. So mark that down in your books if you're listening. And what we're going to do is at 11:45, we're going to give away the second bottle of summertime wine. So again, call in after 11:45. Torn Valley Vineyards, the place where wine and great people get together. Okay, so our motivational quote of the week this week. So let's take down the one from 2 weeks ago, and let's put this one up here. Now, again, this one's from a good friend of ours, Earl Nightingale, one of my favorite scholars on self-improvement and actually just understanding yourself and understanding everything that goes on around you, Bill. So,
that's an awful lot to grasp.
It's a lot to grasp on a Saturday morning here at the Home Improvement Show, but I'm going to throw this one out there. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. Earl Nightingale. Oh, look at that. See that? We got all kinds of people calling up here.
Banging. Oh.
No, we can't do it.
We got iPhones.
They got to come through the station. So that's it. And we always say, little steps. Kaizen little steps, okay? Make a list of the things you want to accomplish. Take them one at a time. Move the rock inch by inch, as my good friend Phil always says. And before you know it, the rock is on the other side of the stream.
Like a rolling stone.
You're right, exactly. So that is Earl Nightingale. And since we do have the diamond dig going on out here in the stadium today, where you can come out and dig for $2,000 worth of diamonds, reminds me of Earl Nightingale's story called Acres of Diamonds, Bill. So this is another one, which I'm going to talk about that a little bit more after we talk about the shed, since we are going to a big party today, a graduation party, and our friend has modified his shed and made it into a bar shed, as it were. And I think that, what do you think that is there, Billy? 20 feet or so? He's got a dual bar set up in there. He's got 3 TVs, 2 refrigerators. So people take their sheds that you use, your storage sheds out in your backyard. And in this area in Oakland, New Jersey, there was a competition to who has the best shed. So this shed was something else, I have to admit, and it's a work in progress over how many years, Bill?
Long time. At least we've been going up to this shed 15 years, 18 years, maybe even longer. That's when I jumped in on it, and I can't stay away.
Right. He had just one window and one bar area that was about 6 feet, and a couple of years later, he had dual bars, 12-foot of bar area, stools on the inside, stools on the outside.
He's got heat. He
fans, cooling.
He had tarps. Now he has a roof. Right. I mean, just incredible.
He put a deck out in front of it now, so you got a sitting area, a lounge area. It's he's expanded. So again, these are spaces that you would not actually realize that become sort of. I guess instead of having the man cave in the basement,
Exactly.
you have the shed out in the yard. And it's sort of detached from the house, so you can it can be a little more of a lively time out there. I know many times
under the stars.
Many times we haven't left there until 2 a.m, so it's been a crazy shed experience over the course of
Take
many
your
years.
wheelbarrow, your shovel, your rakes, throw them in the garbage.
Exactly.
Clean out that shed and turn it into a bar shed.
Nice.
Patent pending.
Yeah, so we've and what we're doing is we actually have gone out to some folks, and some of these things, are they're not really legal as far as being permitted. There's some have plumbing in them though. Some do have a bathroom and a little and a little sink in there. I don't know how it happens. A lot of electrical work is in there, but again, when you close the shed down, it looks like any ordinary shed. And then when the festivities begin,
it's a discotheque.
It is. It just transforms into Studio 54 out there in the old days. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. We're going over there at 5 o'clock today to enjoy another evening at the shed. So, Bill, I see you have your thing out there. Since we did the motivational quote, you have something there. It looks like some sort of bridge falling apart. What is that?
Oh, that's great. That's Roy Hannawalt, a gentleman I met about 25 years ago in Highland, just outside of West Point.
Nice.
And I was working on a couple of projects for him, and he gave me this. He said, "Here, Bill." And it says, "The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten."
Wow.
So I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, I know." That's why.
So was he using that on you for some reason while you were working for him?
You know what? He showed it to me, and I just, I shrugged it off. But that led me to do a little research and a little homework and a little diving, and then we came up with our John Ruskin quote for the show here, and this is what we're all about. And we look down on the people with the low bid, because those are the ones that go in there, do half the project, take the remaining money. They go out to Vegas and give us, the rest of us, a bad name, and it leaves a bad taste in the mouth. Try not to be the low bidder for those contractors out there that are walking around with your pants down around your ankles. Okay? Pull them up and do the right thing.
That's right. I mean, there's no reason for that kind of a pricing. If you can't do the job for the right price, don't bother doing it at all. And that's for the contractor, right?
Yep.
Right. So John Ruskin puts it this way, which is a little bit more intelligent than Roy Hannawalt about the bitterness and sweetness and this and that. John Ruskin says that the common law of business balance prohibits paying a little and getting a lot. It can't be done. if you deal with the lowest bidder, it is well to add something for the risk you run. And if you do that, you will have enough to pay for something better.
Unbelievable. Billy, that is our mantra. That is
we love that guy.
We do. And you know what?
It's so true.
When you talk to homeowners out there, in some form or another, if they're calling you up to come back and do work that somebody else did that didn't quite work out properly, that quote goes a long way in describing exactly why people did not get what they intended to get, because that low price is not going to get you to the other side, okay? And if you put the money in that you should have to do the project the right way, you'll get it done right the first time and probably have a little money in your pocket left over. So great job, Bill. I've been waiting for that for weeks.
Well, you finally pulled it out of me.
I can't believe it. It's unreal here on 7-Eleven. Free Slurpee Day. Again, free Slurpees. Okay, we're going to... Mike, what do you have for us today? Why don't you tell us a little bit about what projects you're working on? I know you got your storefront opening up over there, but what
I got 2 projects going on right now I just delivered on. One is a buddy of mine who owns an oil company out in Connecticut, who owns a couple of apartment houses. We just supplied one apartment house. I helped him out laying it out because he didn't think he had enough room for this and that worked out really well. And then I have another one in Stamford where we're just supplying and handling the project of a gal who I know for about 5 years who just got her money together going through a separation and divorce, and the kids are in camp, so she only has 5 weeks in order to pull all this together, and we're right on target as we're going now. The floors are sanded and stained out in Connecticut. The cabinets were just delivered. I've got Dale doing the installation on that one. It's working out rather well. And we're right on target, and everyone's very excited.
Outstanding. That's great. Did you call up Sandless Floors to give you a quote on that, Mike?
It was so far away, he would cry to go that far.
Yeah, it's too far. It's out of his range. I know.
Yeah.
We have Sandless Floors, Billy's company. Sandless Floors will be doing 2 floors, 2 levels of floors for us on a house we're renovating right now on Washington Avenue in Sloatsburg. We're looking forward to that. Not only
that one I know about.
Yeah, Mike, you did the kitchen cabinets in there. Again, for the folks listening out there, besides being an architect, your friendly neighborhood architect, I do invest in real estate, and I have a bunch of houses, and this is one that we're just closing up right now and getting ready to rent. So if you know anybody looking to rent a nice 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom unit in Sloatsburg on Washington Avenue, of course, give our state, give the
nice property also.
Yeah, give my office a call at 351-2600. We have multiple units that are available. So in this one here, Billy's going to come in and do the dining room, the living room, the staircase, the railings, and the 3 bedrooms. Sand the floors down, refinish them for us, and get them looking pristine. So sand the floors. You'll get the best price
for the house when it's all done.
Absolutely, and then again, that's another thing when people are looking to do quick, jobs in their house that will, for the dollar, the bang on the buck on the long term. Sanding your floors and refinishing your floors is very, very effective. And first of all, enjoying your life while you're there, since the floors now are going to be up to snuff. And second of all, when you go to resell the house, I mean, those floors will be looking sparkling.
Yeah,
right, Bill?
Yeah, just been done. Beautiful. So when someone comes into your home, into the front door, what's the first thing they see?
That's it. Besides the doorknob?
Your smiling face.
They see the floors. They see what they're standing on.
They look. That's right.
That's it. And when that floor glows, people, it makes a great first impression. So we like that. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit here also about our green tip of the week. And again, what does green building mean? We always go through that. Designing or constructing in a technique that saves energy, water, improves health, quality, and includes products that are beneficial for the environment and reduce our waste and carbon footprint. And we're just going to tell the folks today because I just had a client ask me if I could do this, and I recommended. I'm not going to recommend anyone on the air. I'm going to tell you to go to the internet, but conduct a quick energy audit on your home, and you should do that every year because products are changing, and the electrical costs and gas costs are changing. So always, it'll help you save hundreds of dollars annually on the cost of your home, especially in New York State. There's a lot of programs and high-performance Energy Star appliances and so forth. And you can receive assistance from the state of New York. They do have a lot of programs. So an expert will do a top-to-bottom inspection of your home and identify where the biggest energy gains and losses can be found. and then they'll review the details and recommend improvements that will help you save money and energy in your home. This is all for free. Additionally, there are discounts and incentives for when you purchase new appliances. I know right now New York is giving you up to $300 off if you buy a new energy-efficient refrigerator and replace your existing refrigerator, and they're also offering low interest rates. So these are things that you can do for free to enlighten yourself as to where your energy dollars are being spent in your home and what you can do to cap those and actually reduce your costs and help you save some money over the course of the next 12 months. And I tell folks that every 12 months you should do this analysis, again, because it is free, and you can go online and just type in something there about home energy audits, and you'll get a list of local people that can come out. We do recommend a few, so I'm not going to, and we have a few folks that are in the business, so I'm not going to just recommend one. You can go to our website also and take a look, and we do have a few of them there. So now you can say you're doing your little part here in America to reduce the carbon footprint. Right, Bill?
Well, the simple solution is we come out and also we take a look, and 80% of your heat is lost through your second floor ceiling.
There we go.
Okay, so what do? We go up in the attic, we put down at least another 6 inches of fiberglass. Mm-hmm. We roll it out, we seal it up nice, and now we've just saved you a lot of money on your fuel costs, whatever your heat cost is, whether you got gas or oil or electric. We're keeping that heat in longer.
That's right.
By just doing that. We also do cellulose. We blow cellulose. If some of these houses are 60, 70, 80, 100 years old, there's virtually no insulation in the walls. They're 2x4 studs, true 2x4s. There's like maybe 1 inch of fiberglass in there that was, just put there for show back then, because the cost of heating your home back then was so minimal. It wasn't a big deal. Yeah. So they didn't insulate the homes very much. So we drill holes and we blow in cellulose. We fill the cavity with cellulose after we've already done the ceiling in the attic. So that's how you want to save money on energy?
That's a great way to start. That's beautiful. And there are two different types of cellulose. I know did get an email on that, closed cell and open cell. Maybe you want to tell the folks just a little bit about the difference there in the costs and what the effect is of each type of blown-in insulation into your older walls.
Right. Well, the cellulose is the ground-up paper. The foam has open cell and closed cell in the foam, and that is very difficult to do. Although we do it with a low expanding foam, but you just got to be careful. I prefer to take the cellulose
because it doesn't press out on the walls and create the pressure on the members.
Right. It's harder to blow out somebody's wall.
Okay.
When you're doing the cellulose.
Nice.
With the foam, it can be a little easier. You got to be careful.
And what's the economics there, Bill, out of the two different types?
Fiberglass is your cheapest application. Your cellulose is then second, and the most expensive is the closed cell foam, and then the open cell foam. So your two foams, one is very dense and it's actually closed cell is structural, as you know, Lee.
Yes.
That you spray that in. If I was building a home, I'd have that sprayed in all the roof of my attic and my exterior walls and some interior walls, the bathrooms, etc. And again, structural. That adds to the strength of your.
So let's talk about in the basement conditions now. When you have your unfinished basement and you fur it all out, what type of insulation do you use there? Do you actually put insulation in between the floor and the ceiling for not only just insulation value because you'd have a heated space above, but sound? I mean, what type of insulation would you do in somebody who wants to finish off their basement?
Well, knowing
the kids will be down there cranking the music up.
Right. The easiest and the best thing to do, in my opinion, is the fiberglass, and that's what's supposed to be, for code and to get a CO on a new construction. The unfinished basement ceiling has to be done because you're separating heated area from unheated, and so your first floor, your kitchen, your dining room, your living room on your first floor is heated. Underneath, you got an unfinished basement, unheated. So we have to insulate the basement ceiling.
Yes.
Easiest, best thing to do is just fiberglass. Put in 6-9 inches of fiberglass. That's number one. Number two, now you're going to finish your basement. and you're going to frame some exterior walls, and you're going to frame off the concrete an inch and a half, an inch, and just put in the correct amount of fiberglass, R13, R15, high density, and when it's stapled correctly, you've got an inch of airspace.
Circulation, keep the airflow behind the wall.
So that the fiberglass is not up against the cold concrete, which will eventually cause condensation and mold and mildew, and that's the worst thing you want. So you got to have a little bit of airspace, a little bit of airflow.
There you go, a little education for the folks out there. So again, you got to watch your home improvement contractor. Make sure he's not sandwiching those 2x4s right up against the concrete wall, and then pushing the insulation right up against the concrete wall and sealing everything up, creating a vapor lock and keeping the water in there and not allowing any air to circulate through. And over time, you wind up with those conditions where you get that musty smell in the basement and you don't understand why. It's all behind the wall. So, and we do find that. We do find that when we open up, when somebody has that condition and they think a dehumidifier is going to work and they run their dehumidifier, but it can't get behind that wall and get to the source of the moisture, it's just conditioning the air inside the space of the sheetrock, you wind up getting a worse condition. You got to open it up and redo it.
Yeah, and turns into a nightmare. So do it right the first time.
Absolutely.
There you go.
All right, we're going to go out on a quick break. When we come back, give us a call for the bottle of wine from Torn Valley Vineyards. We're going to talk a little bit about the Diamond Dig here at the stadium and the Acres of Diamonds from Earl Nightingale, and we'll give you a little quick segment on our clam bake we're going to do here. That's it. Okay. Welcome back, folks, to the ABCs of Home Improvement, your home improvement encyclopedia, where all your questions get answered and all the knowledge we have gets spilled out across the radio airwaves. We have the Coupon Queen here on with us, calling in. Hello.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, I'm known in Rockland as the Coupon Queen. I don't know if you've ever heard about me. In other words, I shop with coupons, and all the food that I get with coupons, I have donated all over the world, and it's just fun for me to do, and I enjoy giving all the stuff away that I get.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Thank you. I've been doing
well, thank you. It sounds like you're doing a great job out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
That must make you feel good.
It does. I donated all over. When Haiti had that earthquake, my daughter was out there building houses for the poor at the time. I almost lost her.
God bless you.
They came, their church came and took everything away and shipped it over there. I've donated to the veterans. I've donated to the Army. I received 4 or 5 awards so far from the executives of Rockland County and Mr. Gromack and other people, and it's just fun for me to do. It's a challenge. I go in with my coupons to see what my bills come to and then try and bring it down. The biggest was $800 and something years ago in Pathmark, and they ended up owing me money back only because of the bottle receipts.
That's why they went out of business, I think. I think you shut them down over there at Pathmark.
Pathmark is still there, and they've always treated me the best, where other stores I have been asked to leave. But I am enjoying your show. I'm listening to it, and I am enjoying it.
Great.
And I have who would I call that I have an existing porch. When my late husband passed away, he never got to finish it. And I've always wanted to see, I've gotten estimates, but it's been very, very expensive when they come to give me estimates. Who would I call?
Right here, you got Billy right on the line here. Bill, why don't you give her your number out, and this way she can give you a call after the show. You can go take a look at it. Billy's is great at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
845 area code 283 6763. We'd love to take a look at your project and see if we can help you out.
Right. He doesn't take coupons, though. So.
Oh, that's funny.
But he is an honorable guy.
He is an honorable guy. But if you do find a home improvement coupon, maybe he'll accept a percentage of it. I don't know.
Put them out there.
That's it.
Val.
Sounds good.
Put them out there.
Sounds good. So would you like the bottle of wine from Torn Valley Vineyards? Have you been up to the vineyard?
No, I have not.
Okay, so they're up in Torn Valley, right off of Torn Valley Road, on Tornbrook Road there. Go up to the vineyard and say you heard about the vineyard on the ABCs of Home Improvement, and they'll have a bottle of wine waiting for you.
Where is that, in Spring Valley?
No, it's in Ramapo, Western Ramapo. It's in Hillburn. So it's as close as the stadium is to you. So you just have to go.
I'm not a driver. I don't drive that far, but maybe my sister or somebody could take me up there.
Yeah, go for a Saturday for a half hour and take a nice tour of the vineyard on a day like today.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, you'd really enjoy it, and the folks up there would love to see you.
Like I said, I'm not a driver. I don't drive that far. Even to the concert one night when I won tickets Steve and Charlie Steve had somebody pick me up.
I was going to say, it wasn't Steve driving, because I know he's all over the road. He's like one of those cartoons that we see out there driving around. So
all right, I hope I could get this bottle of wine. Like I said, I'm not a driver, but well, I'll see what I could do, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Thank you for the call. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We're going to talk just a little bit about the Acres of Diamonds, Bill, because this since we have the diamond dig going on out here, so they're out in the outfield, Bill. Did you know they have $2,000 diamond earrings out there? I saw you digging out there before the show. I was wondering what you were doing. I see that sparkle in your eye.
That was with my garden shovel, but I just called my son and says, you know, get
the clam rake.
Get the backhoe, load it up on a trailer, and bring it down.
It is time to get the steamer out, and so you should go out and buy a steamer, get your clams and lobsters and scallops and mussels in there, take a picture, put it up on our website, and for the best clam pot that's put together, a steam pot as it were, we'll pick a winner and we'll get something out to you from the ABCs of Home Improvement. So get on our website, put your pictures up for the July, August, take a break from home improvement months.
Maybe a nice bottle of wine.
Oh, in there. Put it in there. So the Acres of Diamonds by Earl Nightingale, Bill. What's that all about? So there was a story about an African farmer who heard about millions of dollars being made and discovered in diamonds all over the part of Africa where he lived. So he decides that he's going to sell his farm and go in pursuit of diamonds. And so he sold his farm and spent the rest of his life wandering throughout the African continent and unsuccessfully looking for the gleaming gems that brought such a high price to the world market. Finally, all worn out and despondent, he threw himself into the river and drowned. Bill, so it's a sad ending to his life. Meanwhile, the man who bought his farm was crossing the small stream, and on the property he saw something sparkling. So he reached in, and he had this bluish stone. He put it up on his mantle, and he put it there for, I guess, about 2 or 3 years. A visitor comes to his house, and he sees the stone on the mantle, and he says, looks at it, and he says, "Where did you find this?" And he says, "Right in my backyard, in my stream." The guy went back there with this visitor, and the visitor said, "You know what? You have a diamond mine in your stream over here." So the farmer said, "You got to be kidding me!" So they went out, and he produced over $16 million worth of diamonds on the farm that the other farmer sold to him, looking all over the continent to find diamonds. This gentleman who threw himself in the stream and died had diamonds in his own backyard, right. Bill. What can that teach us? What can that tell us?
What's the moral of the story, Lee?
The moral
you must
of the
have the moral of the story.
The moral of the story
you can't
is
leave us hanging.
I want to be the visitor that went there to see those diamonds, okay, so that I can help him market those diamonds to the rest of the world. But before the moral of the story is, Bill, we only have a little bit of time. Before you go running off to greener pastures, Bill, make sure you check everything around you, because you know what? You have everything you want in your own backyard, Bill. Isn't that it?
You're unbelievable.
You are unreal. I knew you. If you were going to come up with Rushkin, I had to come up with a couple myself.
I knew you were coming full
Earl
circle
Nightingale,
on it. Yes.
Okay? Earl Nightingale.
You got to love that guy.
Yeah, that's it. So, don't look into other people's pastures. Look at your own pasture, because you got everything you need right there. So here at the ABCs of Home Improvement, we like to bring you all of those great stories. Mikey, you have something you want to say? We're going to be signing off here. We gave away the 2 bottles of wine. Oh, listen, it is 7-Eleven Slurpee Day, so make sure you take your 10-gallon hat and your horses for a ride down to 7-Eleven.
I got one right here.
Pick up your free Slurpees. And people wanted, you didn't get the call as to when 7-Eleven was founded, and of course it was 1927. So if you add all those numbers together, subtract them by 5, multiply by 7, it comes up to 7-Eleven. So
nice.
Those are people in the numerology. But listen, we're going to take off here in the ABCs of Home Improvement. We are going to be on our summer sabbatical. We are on holiday. Bill and I are heading to Long Beach Island for a couple of weeks with our families and friends. And in August, we got a thing planned for a long 5-6 day event at Long Branch with the class of '78. Looking forward to that one. So, and in between there, of course, we have to have our clam and lobster bake. So we won't be live on the air with you folks initially here at 1700 until the beginning of September, but we will be replaying the best of shows of the ABCs of Home Improvement for the new listening audience. And we look forward to coming back in September with some great stuff for you folks out there. And more bottles of wine from Torn Valley Vineyards. Remember, visit up at Torn Valley Vineyards. This place is unbelievable. They got some great events. Go to their website. Check out all of the stuff that they have that they're putting on up there. I've been going. They also have Victor Lopinto coming in again on July 30th for a great wine pairing, and those are a little more intimate. I think 30, 40 people max, couples. They set up tables there, and they do a great wine pairing. The food, he's an excellent chef. We've been to the last one. We'll be going to that one. So check their website for all kinds of great stuff. And we want to thank you folks for listening. We want to thank you to all of our sponsors for the first bunch of shows we did, and we're looking forward to coming back here in September and hitting it really hard with you folks. Have a great summer.
Have a great summer, everybody. See you soon.